Welcome to our PageWORX online video tutorial number 2. In our last video we talked about some terminology and took a look at this demo site for the first time. If you didn't see that first video, you might take a look at the description, and if anything in there looks mysterious to you, you might want to give that one a watch. Otherwise, I think you're okay to start right here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually log into the PageWORX system. As I mentioned at the tail end of that last video, down here in the footer there's a little secret entrance. This copyright C at the bottom, this little symbol, you'll notice if you hover over that, it's a link which takes you to the PageWORX login. So we're going to go ahead and log in. Caps lock, I better take that off. This is case sensitive. Alright, and we're in. We land on a dashboard page, as you can see, and there's a couple extra goodies that show up, and some more goodies will show up when we move on to some other pages. You notice up here at the very top there's a rather unobtrusive, intentionally unobtrusive gray bar, which is I refer to as an admin bar, and we'll talk about that when we move over to another page. But let's go on down here to the actual dashboard first. Your dashboard is going to look something like this. It may have more or less icons on it depending on which programs are installed on your site, or for example whether we're handling the mail for you. You may have another arrangement for mail, in which case this icon just won't appear. So we'll take a look at a couple of quick settings type of things here in this particular tutorial. First we'll click on Site Settings. These are the basic settings for your website. As you can see, the site title up here matches your page title, or the tail end of the page title up here. So you can change that here if you wanted to put perhaps some keywords in there, or if you wanted to make sure that you got your city in the page title, you can add that here. And as you can see there, it showed up there at the top. Okay, your company name and your name is, most of this stuff is optional actually. The company name, address, and things like that will show up in places like this down here in the footer of this particular site. It may also show up on a contact page. As you can see, our name and address and phone number is listed over here on the side of the contact form. I'm going to go back to the admin dashboard, back into site settings. This email address right here, admin email, is one of the most important blanks in this system. This is where it's the default address for contact forms and other types of communication that come from the site. So you want to make sure you get that right. If you make any changes to it, you'll want to make sure that you test it by sending a contact form. Likewise, if you go on a vacation or put a vacation message on this email address right here, I would highly recommend getting somebody to mind the site and change this to a temporary email address to whoever might be looking after those things for you while you're gone. The no reply email address is simply a dummy email address to go in for things like contact acknowledgments and things that normally a web visitor who fills out a form and gets one of these things back and sees no reply in the from address is smart enough to know that that is an unmonitored email address. Although there certainly isn't anything that would prevent you from monitoring it if you wanted to. And then of course the phone number, which I think we saw that over there on the contact page. So we'll go ahead and save that. I think I'll just go ahead and leave that Indianapolis in there. That gives me a nice extra keyword up there in my site title. The other thing I wanted to point out over here on the that's kind of a similar form on your site settings, you can change your admin password here if you choose. It's always a good idea to change that every now and then, although frankly most people don't. I would probably be one of those people. Okay. And then moving on, the site statistics. This is one of the links on here, and there's a handful of them that actually do flip you over off of the site. We use Google Analytics to track your statistics, like most websites do these days. And there will be some tutorials coming about how to sign up for Google Analytics, and when we share that data with you, how you access it and how you use it and understand it. So we'll close that window. We're going to come back to UserWorks. I want to come back to ContactWorks. That's the old logo, huh? And then likewise, we're going to talk about email later. The recycle bin is where you can actually put when you delete content, you're not actually deleting it. It goes into recycle bin, similar to like your Windows recycle bin, and you can restore it from there. And we'll do some playing around with that. And then you can also log out from here. We'll get back in. Okay, we're going to go to the About Us page. And now you can see that when we're logged in, there's a few other things going on here. We have the ability to sort our main menu up here. We've got some edit links. And then I also wanted to talk about this gray admin bar up here a little bit while we're here. One thing that you can do up here, well, first it shows where you're logged in. This is a new feature. If you are not on the current version of PageWORX, you may not be seeing this. But what this does is it allows you to hide all of that edit stuff. And when we get onto some other pages, we'll just do it right now. You can see that sometimes these pages can get a lot of stuff on it. You've got a pencil down here. You've got an edit link up here. You can sort more than one item on a page, and it's useful, I think, to after you make some changes, and you want to make sure that it looks the way you want it to look. You can go up and hide those icons, make it appear just like the public site, and then simply click on the link again to bring them back. So we'll go back to our dashboard, and then I think from there it's time to sign off on this particular tutorial, and our next video we'll move on to actually editing some content.